The other day, I was trying to change the fuses in my Porsche 944, but to do it, the fuse box in the early models is kind of under the steering wheel, so it's easier if you take the seat out. But my seat was so rusted in, I couldn't move it forward or backwards, so it was a pain to get out. So I'll teach you how I did it in case you have the same issue. So the first step I did was look at the Haynes guide.
What you say? Alright.
No, not that Haynes guide, this Haynes guide.
Wait.
So I originally tried to get the seat out by hand, but then, and the rails are seized, so I can't move it an inch. And you have to move it forward to take the back bolts out and backwards to take the front bolts out. So I got some WD-40, and I was also told you can jack between the back seat and the front seat and pull that, and that'll get it loose. So we'll try that. I say you should put wood. I got the jack's actually out of my Ford Focus. Touch it here. For my car, the bolts in the front were 10 millimeters and the bolts in the back were 11 millimeters.
So how gross this carpet is. There's glass everywhere because someone smashed the back window and stole it from the previous owner. But the bolt's right here, and it's really hard to get to. Like, I can't get socket on because there's not enough room between the bolt and the side. I ended up using this wrench that I got at Princess Auto, and it helps. So, you have to, like, put it on. And, like, just kind of go really slowly around. You could probably use pliers too, but wrenches are obviously better than using pliers to take a bolt off.
So not only did I have to use this wrench to get the bolt out, I also had to use one of these guys to go on the bolt and turn it. These bolts are a real pain in the ass. So it was a real struggle to take the seat out. And they're redoing the shingles at my shop at the time too, so it was a real loud, annoying experience. It's gross in there. Next, I took the rails off the seat. So to take the rails off, I need to take a hammer and bang on the rail to expose the bolt. The bolts are Allen keys or hex nuts, so you need to use one of those to get them off. So I gave the Porsche a quick vacuum at this time too, just because the seat's out. So I borrowed this carpet cleaner from my sister. So I'm going to give the carpet a clean because it is so gross in there. So according to Google, white vinegar removes rust if you soak it in it. So I'm going to soak these in white vinegar and see if that works. I hate the smell of vinegar, so I hope this goes fine. Fuck. I should have tested, make sure these fit. Shit. I guess I could do one at a time. I could water it down a bit so it's submerged. I'll water it down a little bit, I think. Smells like vinegar chips. Okay. I actually did get quite a bit of it off. think my plan is take these out, rinse it, and then I've heard, or I read, that Coca-Cola gets rust off too. Okay, yeah, here we go. Like, it's still pretty bad here. Coca-Cola gets rust off too, so my plan is to try that next and just do all the web clearly doesn't work hacks. So I just dumped the thing. I'm gonna quick rinse this water. I have running water in here, so that's why I have to use this bin. And then, yeah, put it in a Coca-Cola bath. The vinegar not doing everything. The internet told me Coca-Cola. The place I went had Pepsi, so is Pepsi okay? But let's see if this works to get rid of the rust. I'm really scared about the ants that are going to be fucking everywhere. Okay. I guess we just give it a couple days. I thought this Pepsi would be more gross, to be honest. Like, it's not sludgy at all. So, I guess I'll dump it out and then fill it with water and clean those out. Yeah, that would really suck if I drunk this. Okay. Also, while the rails were out, I gave them a quick blast of paint to prevent future rust. Okay, now that these have a quick spray to them, I'm going to use some white grease, because that's what the Hanes guide said to use, to grease this guy up. White grease is so gross. So I attached the rails back onto the seats. You have to be careful to make sure you line them up correctly. I failed this a couple times and just took me a lot longer than I really need to get the rails back on. So now it's time to put the seat back in the car. To make it easier on myself, I bought some machine screws that are Robertson, just to make it easier to get in and out. So they're M6. The front ones are about 20. The back ones, they're like 28, so about 25 and 30. I'll probably use 25. But yeah, let's get the seat back in there.
I wanna see you. I wanna see you. I wanna see you.
So I got both in, or sorry, I got both the fronts in. The seatbelt was in the way, so I had to move it out of the way. So watch out for that.
I wanna see you. 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 I wanna see you.
Okay, moment of truth. There we go. It's not going back as much as I wanted to. There we go. Work it in a bit. So yeah, that's how you fix a seat in a 944. Now, I originally took this out because I wanted to take out the fuses and change them, and they're kind of under here. So I took out the seat, and that's how this all started. And now, after doing this project, I realized I should do yoga every day. So this project not only got me to change the fuses, got me to start doing yoga, so fun. So that was a long-winded explanation of how to take a seat out of a 944. If you want more long-winded explanations of how to do things on the Porsche, please subscribe or check out my channel. If you have any questions about this, feel free to comment them down below.